I'm Jenny Robinson. I work at University College London, and my areas of research are generally in urban politics and also in building a reformatted way of doing comparisons. So I've been arguing for quite some time that we need to expand the scope of how we build urban studies across a range of different kinds of urban contexts, so a more global urban studies, and through comparison, through a reformatted comparison, I'm looking for different kinds of tactics for doing that. How can we go about legitimately and seriously building theorizations from a range of different cases? So if we think about the future of urban studies in relation to Chinese research, I think I'm really looking forward to the next decade in which scholars in many different parts of the world start to learn how to build their own understandings of different cities and urban situations by using Chinese insights, by using understandings of Chinese urbanization as theoretical resources, as ways of conceptualizing the urban. So moving completely from seeing China as an exception, seeing Chinese urbanization as something extraordinary, strange, and rather seeing it as a way to start to think differently and more fully about urbanization in many different contexts. So here, for example, I'm thinking about the ways in which the state in China is understood to have urbanized through Yu Tianqing's work, the Great Urban Transformation, as a really interesting way to reframe urban politics, to think about the ways in which cities and states mutually shape one another. And currently trying to think, how can we understand the real inflection in urban financing and urban governance in the UK through this kind of conceptualization. And then we can also, of course, set about doing careful empirical research which draws different cases together. And my own long-term research has been in South Africa, currently doing research in London, and with a Shanghai case, we think these three places together to try and understand how it is that large-scale urban developments are being governed, new kinds of ways of organizing the future city are being developed. And I guess a final point would come out from that, which is that if we want to understand a range of different places, I've been very impressed by an argument from Sue Parnell and Edgar Pieterse that many contexts don't have necessarily the rich conceptual development that well-resourced northern institutions have allowed to be developed in Europe or the US, for example, and that we need to make a big space within our journals, within publishing contexts, for publishing rich empirical detail, for data-driven research, which brings many cases together, and for all of us in the global urban studies community to start to learn to read across different cases and to build theorization from those. Because publishing really has to open itself up to this range of cases if we're going to take forward global urban studies more effectively in the next decade.